guys and girls, it's Team Massive Joe's sponsored athlete Asha. I'm here with Keeping Up with Asha, a fitness model's journal. So I'm currently sitting 5.5 weeks out from the Amateur Olympia, which is in Gold Coast, which means I'm 4.5 weeks out from the SA Championships here at Norwood. So it's getting really close. It's coming to crunch time now, so head down, bum up. Really working on my cardio and trying to get through all my workouts as hard as I can, considering where I'm at the stage of prep. Prep-wise, I haven't had any calorie drops as of yet, which is really great. Considering last season I dropped so low, not to have any this season and still managing to lean down is a godsend. I've started cardio this week, so I'm currently just doing a rotation of lifts and plyo. So 45 minutes lifts and then just a circuit of plyometrics, so that's all fasted in the morning. And that's pretty much everything that's changed at the moment. My workouts are still pretty much the same. I'm hitting hammies and glutes 3 times a week, and then upper body more like a circuit the other days. So trying to get a pump as much as I can, considering I'm not allowed to lift very heavy, but I'm really enjoying it and the changes been really nice. So yeah, it's really good. That's training and diet. Supplements changed a little bit this week. I introduced the ATP creams, so the Block D3 and the Subcut. So I've been using those, and I generally like to start using a cream about 4 weeks out anyway. In the past I've used the Peach Fem cream, and that seemed to have worked really well. So this season I'm trying something a little bit new, and I'm really loving the results so far. So every little thing helps. So yeah, big thanks to ATP for putting out such an amazing product. Everything else is pretty much smooth sailing. I had a few up and downs this week just with energy and trying to push through some workouts mentally, but that comes with the sport and the prep, and obviously eating in a calorie deficit for a long period of time can obviously play a little bit of mind games no matter where you're at in prep. Actually, you can play mind games no matter where you are. So yeah, I had a few hard days, but I was really grateful that the girls in the team and in my team, Team Asha, were there to absolutely push me and pick me up whenever I needed to. So really having that support from them has been incredible. And also having Dre on dial whenever needed has helped as well. So other than that, I've had a few questions this week and from last week as well. So I'm going to run over a little bit about myself, because obviously I've been doing these episodes for nearly 2 years now. So I just want to kind of backdate a little bit and reiterate where I come from and obviously what I'm about. So for starters, I'm 26 years old. Yes, I'm 26 now. I've only just turned 26, but I was born and raised on a station here in Adelaide. So it was called out near Tintinara. So we had a farm out there. I moved from Tintinara to Alice Springs in the Northern Territory when I was 7, and I grew up there most of my life, so I lived there for about 13 years. After that, I relocated I got a transfer to Darwin in the Northern Territory for 6 months for work. I worked as a dental nurse for close to 9 years. I was a dental nurse, so pretty much straight out of school into an apprenticeship, and that's where I stayed. So I did that for 9 years, and then I moved from Darwin to Adelaide after that. Now I moved by myself. My family soon followed 2 years, year and a half after, and now they're currently all living here in South Australia, so across South Australia. So that's a little bit where I've come from. Now, I haven't always done bodybuilding. When I moved to Adelaide a year after, I met my coach, and that's where I kind of begun. He said, you've got 4 weeks to do a prep, get up on stage and see if you like it, or you can wait another year, because at that time there was only season B comps at the end of the year. You can wait another year and see and compete then. So I decided to do the 4-week prep and cut as much as I could. I got up on the IFBB stage and I got first place. Now, back then the competition wasn't as strong as it is now. Obviously we didn't have 150 competitors or whatever on stage. There was only a small team of us. But I was lucky enough to take that out in my first competition and fell in love with the sport ever since then. And it just became a part of me. So since then, I've obviously gone through a few coaches and made mistakes and grew as a person, but that's kind of where I came from. And about a year ago, just over a year ago, I decided to take the fitness industry a little bit further, and I gave up dental nursing and took the plunge into personal training, which has been absolutely a godsend and probably the best decision I have ever made. Just after, obviously the best decision I've ever made is to pick up a weight and go see my coach, but becoming a personal trainer and being able to share my knowledge in that extent is, it's absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing, and I'm forever grateful for meeting my coach and making this huge life change. Now, I don't look at this life as a diet and training routine. I look at it now as a lifestyle. So this is who I've become, and I absolutely love it and wouldn't change it for the world. So preps on top of it are just an extra now. Obviously, my long-term goal is to get my IFBB Pro card. Now, it's a long process, and because it's such a prestige federation, it's quite hard to get it. They don't give them out willy-nilly. They make sure that you earned it and deserved it and earned your spot in the IFBB family before they hand you your pro card. So that's the reason why I've chosen IFBB in particular, because they're not only loyal to us, but we're very, very loyal to them, and it's a huge family bond, which is the way I am and the way that I want my girls to be as well. So since becoming a personal trainer, I've also started a competition prep team, Team Asha, and since then we've taken out numerous of trophies and first places, and next year is going to be a huge year for Team Asha, so I'm really excited about that as well. So that's a little bit about me. So anyone that didn't know, you know now that I'm 26 years old, so please don't ask me anymore. Don't remind me. But you're only as young as you feel, so I don't feel 26. I might through my preps, but that's a different story. So update, the IFBB champs, SA champs are definitely on the 21st of November at Norwood Town Hall at 6 p.m. So to get tickets, you can get them at World Gym, or all the details are on one of the flyers that I put up on my Instagram as well. So contact details and locations are all on there. So make sure you get a ticket, because we don't want the show to sell out. It is on a Saturday night. So it will be a huge event, and there is going to be a huge lineup of competitors. So yeah, it's really good for SA to be bringing such a prestige competition to Adelaide. So it's really exciting, and love to see you all there and get on board. So this week I did a bit of a cardio workout for you. I know, more cardio, but it's a little bit different. I did it at home on the Stairmaster. So I've been having a lot of questions about what to do on the Stairmaster, and cardio is literally the most boringest thing that I personally can think of doing. So doing the Stairmaster and doing a routine like this, the time just goes like that. It's a distraction. It keeps your mind mentally focused and pushes you through. So I hope you all love it. If you have any questions on anything, just hit me up on either email, Facebook, or anything in regards to that. So we'll get to the video. So here I am with my Stairmaster Cardio. So as you can see, we've got a Stairmaster at home, which is really convenient. Now we're not allowed to wear shoes on the Stairmaster because I said so we just wear socks. Keeps it nice and clean. And plus, you don't need to wear shoes at home anyway. We're actually lucky that we're wearing clothes. So I started off with just a warm up, so just basic walking. As you can see, I'm not holding on, so it's best if you can not hold on for some exercises, but obviously some exercises you can't. So the next one I moved on to was just bent knees. So as you can see, I'm not coming up to full extent. I'm keeping all the tension on my quads. So this one, I generally like to go for about a minute for each exercise or each stance and then change. But I'm only doing it for 20 seconds just because the video would be enormous. So the next one I moved on to was crossovers. Now this one is really good for the outer glute. So you really want to focus on squeezing your glute as much as possible. Now some will say that these exercises don't do anything, but any sort of pump to a body part is going to help, and especially with your glutes, because that's what you really do is you keep everything nice and light. You just focus on the squeeze and the contraction. So that's all we're doing here, is focusing on the squeeze and the contraction. So we moved on to the next one. The next one is you really want to drive your heel backwards and straighten your leg out. Now this one's really going to target your lower glute and what people may call the hammy tie. But yeah, just really focus on squeezing the lower glute and driving your heel backwards. Now the next one I moved on to was in and outs from my recall. So you start in and then you slowly bring your feet out. So you step in, step in, step in, and then drive your feet back out. So this one's really good for pretty much all over. Leah called it, well, she reckoned it looked like I cacked my pants. So I guess you can call this one that if you want to. But yeah, like I said, it's really good for all over. It's good for quads. If you keep the tension on and keep the stance really low, you'll target quads more than anything else. But again, just really focus on squeezing your glutes on the way down and pushing all the blood there as fast as possible. So the next one we moved on to was kickbacks. So this is just like your donkey kickbacks. You can do these on the cable, you can do these on the floor, you can do these on the Smith machine. So just really focus on kicking the leg back fast, squeezing the glute first, and contracting as hard as possible. Now, as you can see on the left-hand side of my Stairmaster, there's like things hanging on it. Now they're ankle weights. So if you've got a pair of ankle weights, you can always put them on your ankles to make the intensity harder. So the next one I moved on to, you can see that I'm turning my toe out as I kick my foot up. Now this one really hits the top glute. So just really focus on turning your toe out and squeezing your glute up. You want to keep the foot that's on the stair nice and straight. You don't want to turn that knee out, so just make sure you monitor that. Now the next one I moved on to were side steps. Now this one's also really good for the quad. So just really focus on pushing the straight leg down hard. So as you can see there, you push the straight leg down hard and really squeeze and activate the quads. So I guess you can call this one side step. I guess that's what it would be called. So the next one I moved on to were jumps. Now this one can be a little bit tricky. Make sure you hold on. I don't recommend doing this one without holding on. So really focus on standing and then squatting. Obviously this targets glutes and quads as well. You're also using some upper body by pulling yourself up in the jump as well. This is quite hard. So just make sure you're jumping every second step and keep the speed down quite low. So the next one I moved on was double stepping. This is where you miss a step or miss 2 steps depending on how long your legs are, and I up the speed with this one as well. So I start slow and then increase the speed as I go. So again, really focus on squeezing the glutes, keeping the knee low to activate the quad. Now to finish, I moved on to running. So now this one can be done either by holding on, or you can let go, but just be mindful of how fast you're going. So just to increase the speed up to as fast as you can and sprint. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Get your heart rate up and then your heart rate down. And then just finish off with walking. So that's a little bit of the Stairmaster action happening there. So I hope you enjoyed my Stairmaster cardio. If you have any questions, just let me know. You want what to do, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the MassiveJoes.com YouTube videos, as well as the Keeping Up with Asha YouTube video series as well. Make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. There's so much knowledge to be shared and information about everything on there. So make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive.